Hey y'all, welcome back to my video. In today's video, I am going to take y'all along with me to Swainsboro, Georgia that had its 78th annual Pine Tree Festival. Also, in this video, I'm going to take you to 5 different places within this festival that you guys might enjoy when you come to visit Swainsboro, Georgia. The first place will be the Music Museum, which is located in Swainsboro Marketplace. Also, Swainsboro's 78th Parade, which they have in the beginning of the festival before it starts. It's also going to be a car show and also an act performed by the Northwest Knox. I hope y'all enjoy. So let's get started. I am here at the Music Museum, as you guys can see over here in Swainsboro, Georgia. And also I'm gonna show y'all the owner, whose name is Michael Bright. He's in charge of the Music Museum. So if you want more information, I will give you him to talk.
Hey there, Shirley. Hey, Michael Bright here, owner of the Music Memories Museum located in downtown Swainsboro, Georgia. The museum is at 215 West Main Street. The museum has been on TV quite a few times. I'm told that it's one of the largest private collections of its kind. I have the museum showcases authentic items and personal clothing. Once owned by over 250 of the biggest names in the music industry from every decade, from the 1950s and 60s, like Elvis Presley, Buddy Holly, the Beatles, Aretha Franklin, James Brown. From the 70s and 80s, such as Billy Joel, Elton John, Eddie Van Halen, Michael Jackson, Tina Turner, Lionel Richie, and your country singers like Johnny Cash, Patsy Cline, Dolly Parton, Garth Brooks, and Reba McEntire. And we even have singers from today, such as Carrie Underwood, Blake Shelton, Luke Bryan, Taylor Swift, and even Jelly Roll. And folks, you can even see a Harley Davidson motorcycle once owned by Greg Allman of the Allman Brothers. So I'm going to walk through here and show you a little bit, Shirley, and show you what it's all about, okay? And remember, folks, you can go to our website, www.musicmemoriesmuseum.com, and you can see all the singers that's listed here in the museum, over 250 of them. So here we go, Shirley. Let's start right here. Here's some of your singers here from the 80s. We have over here Freddie Mercury's hat right here. Freddie Mercury, Bob Dylan. Here's your Elton John and Slash. Quite a few items through there. We got Rod Stewart over here. Down this way, there's your Michael Jackson in the red shirt, Tina Turner. And here we have Janet Jackson, Prince. Quite a few. There's Whitney Houston down there, Cher. Oh, here's some country singers such as Laurie Morgan and Keith Whitley. And here's you go, Tammy Wynette and George Jones right here, folks. Some great people. We're not going to show everything. We'll get through some of it. Show right here, Shirley. Here's Lee Greenwood right here. Lee Greenwood. And I'm going to walk right in here. We have Conway Twitty over here. Quite a few other country singers such as George Strait down here and Reba McEntire and Merle Haggard and the Judds. Over this way, we've got some more country singers you're probably familiar with. Kenny Chesney, Taylor Swift, Garth Brooks, Trisha Yearwood, Faith Hill, Tim McGraw, and Dolly Parton right here, folks. Got one of her hats and Kenny Rogers. A lot of things. Got some of the older folks over here, such as Red Foley, Carl Smith. There's Bill Monroe over here. Down this way is an awesome deal here. This is Patsy Cline's dress, folks, and the other two shirts right here are the Hawkshaw Hawkins and also of Cowboy Copus, and all three of them got people was killed on the airplane crash. Folks, let me show you right here why we have a music museum in Swainsboro, Georgia. Back in 1957, Webb Pierce and Jim Denny, who was the manager of the Grand Ole Opry, purchased the Nancy Auditorium here in Swainsboro, Georgia. Showed this right here to him, Shirley, this little picture here. That's what the Nancy Auditorium looked like. And back in 1957, that's the auditorium, that's the radio station right there. And this guy right here, Webb Pierce, what he did, Him and Jim Denny, who was the manager of the Grand Ole Opry, purchased this in 1957. And since Jim Denny was the manager of the Grand Ole Opry, he was in contract. If you sung in Nashville on the Grand Ole Opry stage, you also had to sing here in Swainsboro, Georgia. So hundreds of country singers perform here. But what made it even more special right here, Hank Williams Jr.'s first time ever performing in front of a live audience was with his mother at 8 years old right here in Swainsboro. And right here is Brenda Lee. Everybody knows her by the song Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. Her first paid performance was here in Swainsboro, Georgia. So we have a lot of first time singers here, and a lot of singers performed here back then. All right, we're going to go down over this way. Here's someone that everybody knows. Right here is Johnny Cash. Kopi, this is a lot of Johnny Cash's family right here. This mixing board belonged to Johnny Cash. Right down here is Johnny Cash's shirt, June Carter's boot bag over here, Roseanne Cash's jacket, and his brother right here, Tommy Cash. On this wall back here, this is a big wall of fame here. We got just about anybody you can think of, folks. Ronnie Milsap, Glenn Campbell, Loretta Lynn. Right here we have Waylon Jennings. And here's a very special one right here, Buddy Holly, folks. Right in here we have some more folks here from the 70s and 80s. You got Barry Manilow, Barry Gibb, Lionel Richie right here. Here you go, Billy Joel. Right here you got Smokey Robinson. And over here, right here, Shirley, here we got ZZ Top in here. A lot of folks like ZZ Top. Now we're going to go back a little bit. Here you go. How about this? All the Beatles right here. John Lennon, George Harrison, Ringo Starr, and Paul McCartney right here. And folks, let me explain something to you. I don't know if you're familiar with Nudie suits, but Nudie Cone used to design a lot of clothing for all your stars back then. And I have 70 items in here made by Nudie. I'm going to show you something right here. Look, that patch says Nudie right there. And then what he would do right down here, he would put their name and all right there on that little tag. Can you see that tag right there, Shirley? On the shirt, there you go. And it's got like John Lennon's name on there and the date they made it. Wow. So Nudie would do that for all his clients. So I've got 70 items in here made by Nudie. And right over here is our little R&B section here. We got Diana Ross, Otis Redding, Ray Charles, Little Richard. So quite a few. Aretha Franklin, James Brown, B.B. King right there next to Diana Ross. Now here's a couple ones from the city. How about from the 60s, your Woodstock area, folks. Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin. There you go. Right over here we have Sam Cooke, the Everly Brothers. Down here we have Frankie Valli. And over here we even have Mick Jagger. Right here we have Karen Carpenter from the Carpenters. And hey, with the Monkees. How about the Monkees, folks? They were right there. There's Davy Jones's jacket there. And over here we have Ricky Nelson. And we have, this is some of the other people like Bing Crosby and Debbie Reynolds, Dean Martin. And right here we have Paul Simon right here. Cool shirt, and it's a Nudie. If you show them that right there again, Shirley, right there, how it's Nudie, it's got his name in it, and they made it for December 75. So we got a lot of items like that. Now here you go. Everybody loves this dude just about, Mr. Elvis Presley, folks. We got Elvis Presley shirt here. We got Priscilla's boots, and right here is actually Colonel Tom Parker, his manager. That's his hat right there. And we got some other items down here, like from his band members and friends. DJ Fontana, Scotty Moore. Right up here, folks, here's Miss Judy Garland. Judy Garland, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And right underneath her is Frank Sinatra. All right, Shirley, I'm going to bring you down this way over here. This is cool. Now, here's one right here a lot of folks come in to see. Right here, folks, is the only place you can find a Harley Davidson or a motorcycle of Greg Allman's on display in the public anywhere. And this is it right here. It's a 1999 Harley Davidson motorcycle with original, only 4,900 miles on it. And it belonged to Greg Allman of the Allman Brothers. Now over here we got some newer singers such as Carrie Underwood right here. It's a shirt she actually wore on American Idol. Here's Blake Shelton, Miranda Lambert and Luke Bryan, Keith Urban. And over here behind us, Shirley, we have the Billy Ray Cyrus and Miley Cyrus. We have the Brooks and Dunn right here. And here's some of your country singers from the 80s over here, such as Joe Diffie and Neil McCoy. Right down here, we got the Dixie Chicks. We got Russell Flats. And over here we got some cool pieces. Randy Travis, we got some boots here. Randy Travis's boots, Chris Christopherson, Ricky Skaggs, Martina McBride. And right in here we got a few things in here. Roy Rogers, Gene Autry. Over here we got Jerry Reed and quite a few Marty Robbins. So folks, that's kind of how it goes here. You come in here, it's free admission. It don't cost you anything to look. And like I said, we're open 6 days a week, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday. We're actually located inside Main Street Market Antique Mall, where when you come, you'll find over 60 different dealer booths in here that you can shop. And then we do have a great record album booth in here if you're into vintage records. So remember, folks, Main Street Market Antique Mall, but this is the Music Memories Museum, 215 West Main Street. Go to our website. You can read all about the history and all about the museum at musicmemoriesmuseum.com. Thank you, Shirley, for coming by today, and have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.